Welcome back to The War at Home, Then and Now. This is episode 3, a conversation with co-director Barry Alexander Brown. Let's listen in.
How did I wind up coming to Madison, and what did I expect was going to happen when I joined the project there? I'd gone to high school, part of high school in Madison, Wisconsin. Mainly I grew up down south in places like Mississippi and Florida and Alabama. And my dad was in the Air Force and was stationed at Truex Air Force Base, where some of the demonstrations happened in the 60s. And because I lived in Madison and went to high school right downtown in Central High School, a few blocks away from the university, my friends who I went to high school with there went on to the University of Wisconsin, including my best friend, Pat McGilligan. And Pat and I were living in Boston. He was working for the Boston Globe, and I was actually working for the Boston Globe, but in circulation. And I think I did maybe write a couple of pieces for the arts page along with Pat. But Pat was on staff there, and I met Glenn Silber. He came and stayed with us at one point. He was talking about making this movie using this incredible footage that was there at the Wisconsin Historical Society, and I wanted to do movies. I didn't want to work in circulation in a newspaper, and so he had said, "Well, why don't you come out? Why don't you come out for a little while? I'll put you up somewhere." And I thought, yeah, okay, great, good, because there was no way that I was going to be working on any other kind of film. So I was eager to go out to Madison, and I thought I'd go out there for a few months and start and help this guy Glenn Silber with the beginning of his movie. What did I really expect? I expected to go back to Madison, and I really didn't know what to expect, quite frankly. I expected that I would do a tiny bit of something on a documentary, which I didn't know what that even meant. And finally, what really happened was somebody had to go into the Historical Society and start going through boxes and boxes and boxes of footage that was there. That was given over by a local television station. And it seemed like I was like the only choice of somebody to do that. And I had never even handled film or handled a Steenbeck. But I went in, and the first box that I got was from October of 1967. The box wasn't even written on. We didn't even know what was in the box. And it's negative, it's black and white negative. But that was the month of the Dow demonstration that happened, and the really famous Dow demonstration that happened at the University of Wisconsin. And the whole month of news was dominated by that story, because that was what changed the anti-war movement in Madison. And going through that box was a gift. It could have gone through any box. It could have been all bake sales and car crashes and house fires, but I got that box. And I knew at the end of a month or so of going through and looking at that footage and organizing it and documenting that footage in that box, that there was this amazing movie that could be made from that footage. And I think at the end of a month of that, or maybe it was 6 weeks, I thought, I got to stay here. I got to stay in Madison. I got to see this movie through, because it's going to be an incredible document. If all the boxes are like this, it's going to be amazing. Of course, all the boxes were not like that, but so many boxes were, because this guy, Blake Kellogg, the news director of that station, he understood that he had documented history. And when he left the station in the early 70s, he gave all that footage over because I think he was afraid that anybody else coming in wouldn't know what was there, and they would just maybe even toss this footage away. And he knew that it was gold, and that if somebody could go in and organize it and understand what's really there, then it would be a real great foundation for something. And I was fool enough to go and start that. But it also taught me how to work a Steam Deck, which came in very handy, 10 years later when my friend Spike Lee asked me to start editing for it.
Thank you, Barry. The War at Home, Then and Now is a Virtuoso production. Music by Studio 584 Inc. Visit the website www.thewaratHome.tv to learn more about the film. The War at Home is now streaming on many platforms, including Amazon Prime and YouTube.